Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching episode 40 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to episode 40 of my Mystery Monthly Minis. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have around 100 samples in my sample collection and my wife has picked one at random. She's put it into this blue Glencairn glass and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with a nose. Okay, so this is not giving away much. I think there's a little bit of fruitiness in there. Maybe like orchard fruits. But yeah, this is incredibly light on the nose. Getting a hint of plastic. Maybe some icing sugar. But yeah, this nose is very, very light. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else. Let's move on to the palate. Okay, so instantly this reminds me of like a grain whiskey. It's very simple. I'm getting ethanol, I'm getting vanilla, I'm getting like white sugar. Very simple. Instantly reminds me of like a grain or a simple blend, something like that, like a cheap Irish or yeah, something like that. There's a little bit of heat, a little bit of pepper on the tongue, but yeah, very, very simple at this stage. Let's have another sip. Yeah, so my instant thoughts, it reminds me of a simple blended Irish whiskey, high grain component to this, I would guess. Interestingly, ABV wise, it does seem a little bit higher, maybe 45% ABV, because I'm getting quite a lot of sort of chili pepper sort of heat on the tongue. But obviously if it was a simple blended Irish whiskey, then it would be 40%, but potentially this is a grain whiskey as well. This could be a simple grain whiskey, but it's very inoffensive, it's very simplistic, it's very sweet. But yeah, not much more going on. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, it's just vanilla, caramel, very simple, a little bit dry wood. Yeah, very, very simplistic whiskey, this one. It's the sort of whiskey that if you mixed it with anything, it would disappear. But yeah, it's not horrible, but it's very, very simple. I think I'm going to stick with the Irish for some reason. Yeah, the Irish. I think because of the caramel maybe. But this could easily be a grain whiskey as well. And yeah, I don't think I've got anything like Hay Club or Clubman, the sort of simple grain, cheap whiskies. So I'm leaning towards this as possibly Irish, but you know, of those 100 whiskies, have I got any grain samples in there? Possibly. You know, I can't remember everything that's in there. But yeah, let's go with the Irish. Shall we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's Hellstone Duloe Blend Cornish Whisky. It's 40% ABV and it was sent to me by Lee at Budget Drams. So thanks, Lee. Yeah, I don't know anything about this whisky. Obviously, it's Cornish. Obviously, it's a blend, so I'm assuming it has grain in as it's a blend. And it's obviously 40% ABV, but it definitely reminds me of a simple Irish whiskey. Reminds me of something like Paddy's Irish whiskey. But yeah, it's not horrible. It's inoffensive. It's not unpleasant, but it's very basic. It's very simple, and yeah, it isn't the sort of whiskey that you'd reach for again and again. I think it's the sort of whiskey, especially for me, that I'd find quite disappointing after a few drams, and yeah, it doesn't have an experience in a glass. It's, you know, it's not an experience in a glass. It's not something that you'd reach for. I've no idea how much this is retail. Obviously, if I can find any information, I'll put it in the description for you to check out. And it's always great to try new whiskey, especially Cornish whiskey. I don't think I've tried anything. I think Healy's is the only distillery I'm aware of in Cornwall. I'm not sure if this comes from Healy's or somewhere else, this particular brand, but yeah, it's always good to try something new and broaden my sort of horizons when it comes to whiskey. So thanks again, Lee, and hopefully you found this interesting. If you tried this particular whiskey or anything from this distillery, then let me know in the comments, and yeah, share your thoughts. And if not, hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Slauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.